all day long.
So
we'll be casting everything tomorrow except for the finals. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, we have the finals and the notebook finals. Now, Jungle Basin is a great final map because it's weird. It's vastly different from the other maps. We'll take a look at that right in a second, but we just would like to state that All About You in the top left as the blue Terran. In the bottom right, we have RootGaming Slush as the red, higher-seeded Zerg. Interestingly, has been having quite the struggle against his opponent. But on this map, what makes it so weird is that you have a thin entrance, and then behind you is an expansion. Almost always in like other maps.
Free.
Yeah, it's a free base. There is this backdoor rock to create potential other threats to be able to enter in here, but because it's so far away from the front entrance, I mean, we have to wander all the way back here to this left side. There's the entrance ramp, and then we have to scroll all the way down, and there's the destructible rocks. If you can spot it appropriately, you're going to be fine. It doesn't matter. He's 6-pooling.
Yeah, good call.
You know,
going into it, yeah, you're right. 6-pool went down. The drones are going out, and well, you know what? That will come into play later on in the tournament. So.
Looks like neither of these players wanted to play a game 5. I would love it if All About You went for a double racks cheese build. That would really be the icing on the cake. But the thing to note, All About You has very good scout timing. There's the barracks going down right now. It could be extremely hard for Slush to break this front entrance. Oh man, Slush, I didn't know he was an experienced 6-pooler because his Overlord timing was impeccable. There are 6 Zerglings being produced, and All About You's SCV is en route to do, oh no, to do a double barracks cheese! Oh!
Yep, right outside at this little corner, and this is actually a great place for it because typically if they're going to scout or go through the map, they'll go right through the middle, and they don't normally go over to the side. So let's find out what he does with these 6 lings. He's going to go ahead. If he takes the tower, I don't think he'll have vision of it either. We're going to find out here in just a second, maybe as a Zergling walks past. Nope, he's like, whatever, tower, I don't need it. So more links coming out. What do you think? What's the verdict, Dr. Day?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is going to sting so hard because All About You, look, he has that first Marine rallied. He has a devious plan and oh, what? The Zerglings are walking into my base! And there the first Marine's going to pop out, and All About You is going to be absolutely shocked by this. He's going to have to build his extra supply depots in hidden locations. He's doing a good job trying to micro around. It looks like Slush is going for that first supply depot. He will be able to pick that one off, but it looks like in the main, All About You is going to be losing 2 SCVs as well. He's going to try to micro these Marines as best he can, but he loses the supply depot, so there in the back is the extra supply boost. Slush not doing the most incredible job with these Zerglings, but he's playing very slow and methodically, and there's the surround trying to pick off the Marine. Oh, the Marine tries to do some nice control, but gets surrounded and eliminated. There's the bunker. Will he be able to get into the bunker? Can he get into the bunker? Oh! Yes, he does get into the bunker. That could help a lot, but he's losing a ton of SCVs.
Yeah, absolutely a ton, and there are still quite a bit of Zerglings left over. He's continuing to bring them out. Just now, he's starting to bring the drones in, and these Zerglings going to continue at it. Oh, almost takes out that Marine. Still going to go after these SCVs, taking anything he can get. This is looking pretty bad here. More links coming in, working on that barracks. Nothing coming out of there. Barracks down here. It's not making anything. 6 more links on the way. And I think we can pretty much say this is probably going to be game over. But still got that bunker right there. And God, look at the worker count. 9 to 6.
9 to... that's standard. Usual position to be in after a 6-pool. Now, I mean, this is really going to be an interesting test to see how these players can play off in uncomfortable situations. A lot of players are amazing at following their set build order. Oh, if he loses that Overlord, oh my goodness, that is a horrible loss for Slush. At this point in the game, he will end up picking off those extra Zerglings, but can he manage to get another Marine in that bunker? Yes, his barracks is on fire. This bottom barracks is also making some Marines, but looks like he is actually going to be sneaking into the backside. Slush still trying to pick off any SCV that he can.
And these Zerglings just trying to go around here, working on that supply depot, just barely iterates their Marines, so they'll come out of the bunker, and we'll try to get as much damage as they can here. And look at that, we have the links moving in, and I wonder if it's because, did he spot that? He's about to right now, and he does. So Lings are going to go back to the base, find this barracks here, and even if he pumps out, what, 1 Marine, I doubt he can even get 2 out, it will absolutely get devastated. He might be able to take this drone out and stop the expansion, but I don't even know that he's ready to do that yet.
I wonder if it is possible to squeeze the barracks here so the Marines pop out by this tree on the other side and the barracks walls it off. There's a lot of little cute placements like that. However, it looks like this placement will not be cute enough. This Marine is fairly undefended. He will end up getting nibbled into several little icky pieces onto the ground, and now All About You looks like he is just trying to make some Marines back in his main. I honestly think he is very limited in his options at this point. He has to do a lot of pressure with Marines real quick if he wants to be able to hang in here.
Yeah, he is going to take a long time also for that barracks to make its way back over. Link's just chilling in the base of the Zerg. We got speed going down as well. What were you pointing out there, Sean?
I was just looking for the Zergling speed. I'm trying to see if their resources are that far spread apart. And this early in the game, to have Zerg already at 30 food lead to 24 food. And look at this, only 100 gas mine. I mean, extraordinarily rough position for Terran.
And more Marines are being made out of those 2 barracks that we've got. Third one is floating away. SCV going out, trying to scout a little bit more. And Zergling speed 50% done, but Zerglings will scout around the map. Also, the hatchery about to finish here for Slush. So he's going to be able to recover for that 6 pool quite nicely. Completely cut drones, and then once he knew that he had done enough damage, that's when he started bringing them back up again. Baneling Nest as well on the way.
Slush doing a very, very smart job transitioning. Stim coming out for All About You, and really I think it would be wise for All About You to take these 2 barracks and just re-wall off his front.
Yeah.
I mean, he sees that there's a lot of Zerglings still out on the map. Baneling Nest, I wouldn't call it inevitable, but it's definitely a possibility. So, All About You is going to be moving out at the worst possible time. Stim is not close to being done. Banelings are close to being done. So that means he is just going to be sacking a lot of SCVs. Unless Slush is caught completely off guard, this attack is going to get just demolished.
Well, no Banelings morphed quite yet, but Zergling takes the tower, and he will see these Marines headed in. He'll quickly move away. I would suspect now they're the Banelings, about halfway done right now, so they will be done by the time this very, very squishy force makes it to the front base of Slush. And Slush is just totally prepared for this right now, even if he buffers with those SCVs.
It's retreat time, but All About You has already committed himself. There are Zerglings surrounding absolutely everything. Slush loving this kind of win. One Baneling hit picks off most of those Marines. And look at the production tab. Layer and drones coming out for Slush, but there is no wall off here. Stim just finishing. Poor All About You. Just had the 6th pool up against him in the final game.
Yeah, you know, although he tried his best to, you know, fight it off and come back from it, it didn't look like he could recover at this point. He's just now starting to kind of get his economy back online, but 28 workers to 16 workers, even with the mules. Here come the Zerglings. They want to finish this off. We do have a full bunker, but with these Banes coming in, I think it'll be no problem. Actually, Banes focus fired. Very nice. He actually deflects that little attack right there. Gonna check. Oh, poor SCV.
Everything All About You is trying to pull off is getting spotted.
It is.
Pretty smart by All About You not to cancel. Wants to see if he can just do a little stim micro action to keep that alive for now. And interestingly, he does. And Slush has actually pulled back on the aggression. Now, if this were like a Game 3 or a Game 4, I would really, really like the fact that Slush is going to be wearing his opponent down quite a bit in this situation. But, you know, since it's Game 5, it doesn't matter all that much. What really Slush is saying is, I really am going to go for a guaranteed win later, as opposed to an 80% chance of winning right now.
Lair did go down at the expansion. Spire is on the way, just be right next to the Baneling Nest. And, you know, you said something that just totally spoke to me, Day, and that is the fact that I'm really surprised that he is not walled off or made any attempt to use his existing buildings. I feel like he could have stopped some of those attacks right there, maybe forced a few extra Banes to be made and used up. It looks like he's going to go for another attack.
He could just be going to take one of these watchtowers. I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a tweaky attack. I mean, there's no... Yeah. He has 7 Marines. Marines are really going to be dealing the damage at these early stages, since it's mainly going to be Marines and Banelings are up against. So this is kind of a gigantic risk to be doing this right now. I mean, picking off that one unit would definitely be a good time to pull back. All About You's doing some dancing, and there, wow, that is a nice play if he's going to be pulling back. Please pull back, All About You. I would recommend pulling back.
Looks like that's exactly what he's doing, Sean. And the Zerglings do look like they want to engage and follow. Bailing speed is not quite done yet. Oh, look at that. It looks like he might run past it.
Oh, and he's going to be able to pick off the Banelings. That's going to help quite a bit for the later stages. But he is disappointingly losing that whole army again. All About You now having to throw down turrets. Just has these 3 barracks churning out small numbers of Marines and Marauders. Expo up for All About You, but I mean, look at this food difference. 67 to 40.
Yeah, and mutas are on their way right now. I think that at this point, All About You, he's now resorted to basically using his army as a choke here, and we got a lot of Banelings being morphed here down in the middle between our 2 Xel'Naga towers. It could be that Slush is ready to make a move. Also, the first 4 mutas are out and making their way over to the Terran base. Terran does have missile turrets at both of the mining locations, but these mutas, will they do enough damage?
This is a very nice play by All About You. He's going to try to draw all these Marines and Marauders out with these Mutalisks. And looks like All About You had a plan to move out earlier on. There's the turret up. Is All About You actually just going to go for the attack? Oh, I have no idea what he is doing with his Marines and Marauders. But all Slush is trying to do is get these Marines and Marauders out of place so that the Banelings can roll right on up that ramp and do the damage.
Yep, Muta's going to continue to harass. Not doing a whole lot of damage. They picked off a few SCVs here. Definitely trying to avoid those missile turrets. And you can see here we've got this force moving out. Quite a few Banes here in this little configuration. About 15 or so. Actually, about 13 or so. And a lot of Zerglings as well. Here comes the army. It's moving out. This could be bad.
It looks like they're the Marines now moving on to the wrong side. Oh, they give a greeting to the giant army of Zerglings and Banelings. Now moving through the middle of the map. All About You splits his army up on accident again. Big blunder. Just throwing little chunks away at a time. He successfully picks off a Baneling, but he's going to need to do a lot more damage than that.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at this army right here. This is the front army. You've also got all these Zerglings coming in from the back. All he's got to do is move them into his base, and I think that's going to be game over. Trying to get those Banes up the ramp. Oh, he does manage to take out a few, but the Zerglings will probably mop up the rest.
And that is an amazing follow-up by Slush. He did the 7 pool, didn't manage to take the win there. But here we are at the 18-minute mark with Zerglings, Baneling, Mutalisks just wreaking havoc in All About You's main. Poor All About You played an amazing set of games. There's the good game. Slush will be the first player to advance in the octafinals with some, I would say, some very sort of dirty wins with a lot of Baneling cheesing, busting in the 7 pool in the final game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Also, a few mistakes from Slush there in a few of those games. You know, we pointed those out. And now I'm just going to make the assumption here, but he's going to have to go on to face in the in the quarterfinals either Sorcery or Pain User. And I feel that if he goes up against a guy like Pain User, making those mistakes, you're going to be a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
So now, of course, we can't count Sorcery out. I think a random player just wild and crazy, all the things that they can do.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize that one more time. Every player who's here had to battle through the other 390-some players to get to the final 16. It's not like a tournament where there's 16 invites and then a bunch of random people who signed up at the last second, and coincidentally it's the random against the invited top player. No, every player had to battle their way here, so definitely do not count Sorcery out.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So that was the first Octo final of the EG Masters Cup. There we've got the updated brackets, and you can see, just as we were talking about, ROOT.Slush will go on to face Sorcery or LG Pain User, depending on who comes up next. I'm not sure what our next matchup is going to be. We're going to be what do we got?
It's going to be EG's Machine against STK NVU. And, you know, I'm particularly excited to see this because we ordinarily end up seeing Machine's Zerg vs. Terran. However, Machine Zerg vs. Protoss, allegedly his old weakest matchup, as we saw in one of the 50 times he played against Machine, or excuse me, played against In Control.
Right.
But Machine has really been improving it, and recently has been besting In Control in their matches. This is going to be a nice treat to see not just the way he's improved, but also to see how this unknown player, NVU, managed to get so far in this tournament.
So once again, you've tuned into the EG Masters Cup, brought to you by MSI Notebook. Don't forget to check out the coverage partners as well, G4TV.com. I'm DJ.